Ooh, I got a lot of glare. Okay. Hello. I am on Facebook and I'm on YouTube. I'm back. I'm officially back. Um didn't think I would make it back, but I did. Sorry about the glare. Sorry about the glare on my glasses because they're cheap. But hey, c'est la vie. Here I am. So I just wanted to say hello everybody and welcome. And yes, my little love evening t-shirt. How many of you actually just, when you get home, you just get into your jammies? That's me lately. So getting home and getting into my jammies. So because I'm just so exhausted by the end of my day. But that's okay. I'm here. All of the lights in the back, that's part of my decor and decorating for Christmas. Yes, I have a thing for red. So Christmassy behind you. Oh, you should see the other side of my house. I haven't even finished. This small little area is getting decked out. Maybe I'll do a little film, a filming thing. I'll do a little Facebook thing and Instagram. So everyone, I'm hoping everybody is feeling fine. Sorry if you are unable to hear me because I don't have a proper mic with this. Um, and any of the glare and my glasses. So I can go like this and then you don't have the glare, or go like this. Anyways, glare. So I'm thinking about what makes me feel good and my values. Um, One of the big things is Mercury is retrograde. Jupiter's at the last degrees of Pisces and we'll be going into Aries soon. And this is really a transformation. This is where the giver of life in old astrology is Mars, right? The giver of life. And because he's the ruler um of Aries, and he is the old ruler of Scorpio. So he is that rise and fall of life and death, right? And bringing the rise and fall of life and death. And here we have him in retrograde in Gemini and trying to get information out, trying to get truth out, trying to get action going. But it's kind of hard because you're not at your full speed, you're not at your full strength, and you're trying to get things done. And it's just very overwhelming, let me say. And as Jupiter is going into Aries and Mercury, don't throw anything at me, okay? Because Mercury's going to be going retrograde on the 28th of December. So Mercury's going to be going into shadow and he's in Capricorn. So it's going to be a long Capricorn energy, man. Um, and with Pluto at the very end at 27 degrees, I mean, Pluto will never go back to 26 degrees. We'll never see that. What does that mean to all of us? I mean, a lot of you who don't really, study astrology or study or even maybe pay attention to it, except for maybe your sun sign. What does that mean to all of us? Well, what that means is that there's a part of transformation and change that's happening in the world that is not going to happen again. We've entered into this energy and this, and I'm going to call it like we've entered into Alice in Wonderland. We've entered into the craziness. And the craziness is that you don't know what is up, you don't know what is down, you don't know what is to the right, to the left, what is around you. It is like the Mad Hatter running around and telling you that you're late for tea, and you didn't even know you had an invitation to the tea, right? You're like, what? I'm late. What am I late for? How could I be late? I didn't even know it was existent. So we're running around and we're feeling pulled in many different directions. And one of the things is that with Pluto being in Capricorn, is that he was getting us to really look at what are your governments, what are your values within your governments, what is it that you care about with your governments, your corporations, your institutions, your schools, your hospitals. Those are part of the institutions, your churches, right? What do you care about? What are your values? What are your belief systems? Do you know what's at the root cause of all of this? This is where, with Pluto, as it was going through everything, this is, activating things to do with Indian affairs and the natives and all the children that were found in around schools and churches. And this is really a getting you to really dig deep within your own life. Yes, in the world around us, definitely. I mean, there's some crazy shit happening. And I know I have to be careful because, I've already got 2 strikes on with YouTube and one more, and I'm probably banned for life. But I mean, they're making womb factories. They're changing the definition of a woman. So this again brings back your values. This again, we've entered into Alice in Wonderland. We've entered into the crazy Queen of Hearts. Off with the heads. I don't want white roses. I will paint them red. This is where we're at. We're at this crazy Looney Tune time, and it's not a left or a right affair. It is about us really taking a look and saying, okay, you know what? They're both crazy. They're both acting like, you know, um, the Mad Hatter and all his friends at the Tea Party. And, some might seem like the new savior, like maybe it's Elon Musk and you think he's the new savior, yet he kind of has to play the game, too. He's got all these contracts and everything with the government, and what's going on with that. And um you just had the I can't remember his name, um with all the corruptions with the Bitcoin and everything. Yeah, he just got arrested before having to go before Congress. Kind of weird. So we're sitting there and saying, okay, you know what? There's a theatrical show that's happening that is SBF. Yeah. Yeah. He was just arrested and he's on his way back to the United States, and the Bahamas is allowing it. They're not fighting it. They're just like, yeah, you could take them. So I think somebody got their, maybe some greasy palms happened in some places. Maybe not. I don't know. Allegedly, I have to say allegedly. I don't know for a fact. Allegedly, somebody may have some palms that might be a little bit greasy, and might have something they don't like. Who knows? But that's just allegedly. So this is where it's like the need of responsibility of going forward, our need of what we need to be responsible for in our own life. That means if you have children, having that responsibility of knowing what your children are being taught within the institution. Pluto, Capricorn. What's the institution? What is your child being taught? Are they being taught, please and thank you and all of this? A young man came in today and he ordered a coffee and he said, all he ordered was a grande coffee. And I said, he said, yes, please, and yes, this, and yes, that, right? I don't know. The stupid dog's barking. And yeah, my he's my favorite. She's my favorite pet. Um, but anyways, he was very polite. And I said, either you played sports in a very, in high school or beyond, or you're a farm boy. And he started laughing. He goes, I did. I played basketball. And he said the discipline from playing basketball for so many years is that you learned to say yes, no, thank you. The manners were taught, right? And so that's the whole thing, is like having those manners, having that kind of respect. And I think that's going to be the biggest thing I want um teaching children, right? and teaching. Hey, yes, I'm back. I'm allowed back on, Lexi. And this is so important. Teaching your children about these things. I mean, that's the next big thing coming through. And that's all part about, it can be difficult. And I need, and the thing is that we want everything to be happy and loving, and we want everything to be all of this, right? Or a Caribbean mom. Exactly, exactly, Cynthia. We want everything to be all hunky dory and everybody get along. And I mean, we're seeing how that's, you know, when you're being told that the definition of a woman is changing, or the definition um of what a woman does, and people are unable to explain these things. This is where when you go back into the astrology, it gets you to really take that deep step within inside yourself and say, okay, what is the truth? Where are my values? North Node Taurus, where are my values? What am I striving for? Am I being the Four of Cups, and I don't want to look at what God is wanting to give me, and my divine walk? Or am I just looking at, I want it all to be this way? So this is really a very, I'm going to say, part of a critical time in the world, a great time of change. And as we are looking at this time of change, and this time of newness, we really have to come into what we believe our truth, the truth and the beauty. And one of the big parts too is, where is that spiritual base? And that doesn't mean like an institution like a church, or some kind of dogma, but what is that spiritual base that is being taught for yourself and for your children? Because that is such an important piece, is to bring that energy forward into your life, because there's so much of that lacking. There's so much of that lacking, because when you have a truth, and my father, being a very strong Leo, um had his knowing his truth of who he was, knowing the truth of saying, this is what I believe and this is what I know is true, and standing up for it. That's coming from the heart. And standing up and coming in from the heart is important. Leo brings in that strength of values, and what you believe in, and what is, what you like, what brand you like. That's Leo. That's Taurus. Taurus knows what brand they like. That brand's better than that brand. I'm going with that brand. I'll never buy that brand. I drink Starbucks. I was talking to somebody today. I'm not going to drink Tim Hortons. I never have. I'll go and meet somebody at Tim Hortons, but I'm not going to drink their coffee. I'll have an orange juice or an apple juice or something like that. But that's the thing, is that that's very, very Taurus, right? This is where you have um, your values coming through. And this is very important. And this is also bringing in your vibes, you're good. This makes me feel good. This makes me feel, yeah, this is the right move. Not, and when I say feel good, this isn't being facetious or mean or anything like that, but this is like an actual feeling, like, yeah, I feel so connected. I can feel that of what I need to feel. And this is going to be so important as we go forward, especially as Jupiter goes into Aries, because I mean, that's just action. That is bringing in, going forward. This is the ruler of the head, right? Aries is the ruler of the head. This is the spring into action. Let's get going. And then you have, Pluto is going to be going into, and as it moves closer to Aquarius. And that again, there's a form of expansion in Aquarius. That's a scientific brain. That's where that's the expansion. It's like the space going into outer space. So we're going to be having this energy of huge expansion, of new knowledge and of new technology coming forward to us. Yet we have to have when we have this coming into us, when we have this coming in and around, we have to look at our values. We have to look at our morals, and we have to look at what how is this helping us now? How is this going to help the people that are on this earth now? And that's the other factor. I know sound like I'm jumping all around, but this is what astrology teaches you. It teaches you that we have to look at what is important. Yes, we can look at the future, and I can tell you, I'll be coming out with my 5-year predictions and stuff like that. I'll be coming out with those and letting you know what's, the things that are going to be unfolding over the next 5 years. And this is all a part of us stepping into our values, stepping into our truth, stepping into our what makes me feel good and the needs of responsibility going forward. And there's always other paths and other options, and we can get all muddled about this and get all fucked up in the head and all over the place. But it comes back to that of the heart, coming back to that place of, yeah, this is what I need to be doing. This is my truth. No harm to you, no harm to none, but this is my truth. This is the direction I need to be going into. And in going into this direction, I know it's going to bring into my highest good. And sometimes when you're walking that path of your truth, yeah, people aren't going to like it. People aren't going to like what you're saying. There's going to be sensitivities, there's going to be triggers, and there's going to be where, some people are going to feel out of sorts. But there is a part that comes in that says, okay, this is also bringing in dignity. This is also having that respect. And when you are starting to, and this is strong within the astrology too, when you begin to take away the feminine power, when you begin to demean the feminine energy and the woman, society starts to crumble. Society starts to lose its way because you need the mother. You need the guidance of the mother. You need the guidance of that power, because a man cannot give birth. They can do their factories. The Nazis did that in World War II, which is where Mars is right now in Gemini retrograde. It's the same era, and that's at the height of when Hitler was having his factories, and bringing those factories. The thing is that when you are taking that essence away, you are taking that essence of humanity away. And that's why is Pluto so important? Pluto at 26 degrees. Pluto was the innovator of bringing something new in that is going to help many other people when it comes to governments and institutions and churches. And that in bringing that in, because that's, in 1776, that's what he did. That's all part of what the French Revolution was. That's all part of what the American Revolution was. This is all a part of how we began to stand up for women's rights. We're living through this again, but only on a different level. A level of that journey that we all started as the Fool. We've come around and we've come full circle to a new journey. We have the knowledge, and we have the knowledge to begin to create something beautiful. We have the knowledge to begin to create such a grandeur of humanity and love. But it begins in what makes me feel good and what's my vibe. What's my vibration? What am I going out there and trying to do? Am I going out there and trying causing war and dismay, or am I coming in and wanting to bring in the peace and wanting to bring in the love? And that doesn't mean that you are a wallflower or that you can't be strong, but that the power of love is that of standing up. And sometimes standing up is a difficult thing. That means that you are not bending your values or your beliefs just to make somebody else feel good. And that's the big one. And this is letting us know that we got to stand up because you know what? When a planet's going to come in, it doesn't bend over to make you feel good. When an angel comes in, it doesn't come in just to make you feel good. When an angel is coming in to direct you, it's coming in to direct you. When your guides are coming in to help and guide you, and you're going through a transformation, spiritual transformation, it's not like saying, oh, let's, it's going to be easy peasy. No, it's damn fucking hard because you got to come into your truth and you got to let go of some really old belief systems that have hindered you for so long of what you thought was right. But you get new information, and that new information is showing you that there's a new way of looking at things. There's a new way of doing things. And sometimes it's difficult, and sometimes it feels odd and it feels funny and it feels, it's just, it's like getting on a new pair of shoes or something. But after a while they become your favorites, right? This is where we're at. And we're at this crazy time of huge transformation and going through this and learning some new truths and learning some new belief systems that we may never even knew that they existed before, but now we're finding out, and this is the direction that we're going into. So a little bit of Alice in Wonderland out there right now, and we're in Jupiter is a very big teacher. He comes around every 12 years. And Pluto stays in Libra for only 12 years. It's the shortest time he stays in any sign. And the thing is, the last time when Pluto went through there, he brought in huge transformation and change in the 80s about relationships and how to deal with relationships and what relationships were all about. And now we're coming into a time of saying, okay, is this, what are our relationships and what do we need to learn about them on all levels? And that includes your relationship with yourself. Never ending, is it? It's never ending. So we are coming into some really a big push, a big I feel like there's a lot that's going to unfold for us between now and the 28th that we need to hang on, and we need to continue to prepare. We need to continue to not veer off our path, to continue to go, to go forward. Sometimes it might be days that you feel it's overwhelming and it's difficult to find your truth and and feel good. But that's where you have to find one thing of gratitude within your life, and what is that gratitude, and hang on to that. So I'm going to send you guys out with so much love and have Merry Christmas. I do say Merry Christmas. um I it is a very special, to me, Christmas is special. I love it. As you can see, I am decorating. Um, I love everything about Christmas. And so I'm gonna send you guys out so much love, and have a great day and a fabulous evening. And may the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you, and all you say and all that you do. Say your prayers, pray. Pray for the world, pray for humanity, and pray for that divine light to come through for each of us, and that we stay upon our divine light. It's not easy, but we can do it. We can do it. We've come here for a purpose. So, sending you guys. Love you all. And I will try and get on again tomorrow. So, blessed be everyone. Merry Christmas.